Why do bad boys always seem to get the girl? It's not just their leather jackets. It's mind tricks that mess with your head. And I've got the 10 big ones they use right here. Okay, so you've probably seen it. A guy who doesn't play by the rules, doesn't text back right away, and yet girls can't stop thinking about him. What's his deal? It's not luck or some secret potion, it's psychology, pure and simple. Today, I'm spilling the beans on 10 mind tricks bad boys use to hook any girl they want. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll not only get how they pull this off, but you might even pick up a thing or two. Though, let's be real, you've got to use this stuff carefully. Now let's get into mind tricks that make bad boys so hard to resist. First up, the push-pull technique. This one's like a yo-yo with your emotions. 1 minute he's all over you, think flirty texts like, "You're actually kinda cool, I might keep you around." You're blushing, feeling on top of the world. Then, bam, he goes silent for a day or two. No texts, no calls, nothing. You're left wondering, did I mess up? Is he done with me? That hot and cold game creates a roller coaster in your head, and here's why it works. Psychologists call it intermittent reinforcement. It's the same reason slot machines are addictive. You never know when the next win's coming, so you keep playing. Bad boys do this naturally, and it keeps girls chasing them, trying to figure out where they stand. Next, confidence and assertiveness. Bad boys don't second-guess themselves. They walk into a room like they own it, and they don't fish for compliments or approval. Picture this. You're at a party, and instead of hovering around asking, "Is it okay if I sit here?" he just plops down next to you, smirks and says, "You're lucky I showed up." It's bold, maybe even a little cocky, but it screams strength. Studies show confidence is one of the top traits people find attractive. It's like a signal that says, "I've got this." Bad boys lean into that hard, and it's like catnip for anyone who's drawn to someone who doesn't need babysitting. Number 3 is mystery and unpredictability. These guys are never an open book. You don't know their whole life story 5 minutes after meeting them. They drop little hints, maybe mention a wild weekend but leave out the details, then change the subject. It's maddening, right? You're thinking, who is this guy? What's he hiding? That's the point. Our brains love puzzles. Psychologists say we're wired to obsess over what we can't fully understand. So when he vanishes for a bit, then pops back up with a casual, "Hey, missed me?" You're already hooked trying to crack the code. Fourth, challenge and teasing. Bad boys don't just nod and agree with everything you say. They poke at you a little, not in a jerk way, but a playful one. Like if you say you're good at something, he might grin and go, "Oh yeah, prove it, hotshot." It's flirty, it's fun, and it turns a boring chat into a game. This works because it flips the script. Suddenly you're the one trying to impress him. Plus that tension, it's electric. It's why you remember the guy who teased you about your terrible dance moves way more than the one who just said, "You're great." 5 is social proof. Ever notice how bad boys always seem to have a crowd around them? Maybe they're cracking jokes with their buddies or flirting with the bartender while you're watching. It's not an accident. When other people want him, you start thinking, there's something about this guy. It's a shortcut your brain uses. If he's in demand, he must be worth it. Studies back this up. People are more attracted to someone who's already got attention. Bad boys play that card like pros. 6th, emotional stimulation. These dudes are walking adrenaline shots. They don't do dull. They'll make you laugh till your sides hurt, then tick you off 5 minutes later by cancelling plans last second. You're never bored, even if you're annoyed. Why is that a thing? Because strong emotions, good or bad, glue people together. Think about it. You don't lose sleep over the guy who's just meh, but the one who's got you yelling or giggling. He's living rent-free in your head. Bad boys thrive on that chaos. 7 is indifference. They don't act desperate. You won't catch a bad boy blowing up your phone with, "Where are you?" or "Why didn't you text back?" They lean back like they've got a million other options. It's infuriating, but it works. When someone's not all over you, you start wondering why, and that makes you want them more. It's basic supply and demand. If he's not handing out attention like candy, you're suddenly starving for it. Number 8. Creating jealousy. This one's sneaky. He might casually mention another girl he's been hanging with, or let you catch him chatting up someone else at a party. Nothing over the top, just enough to make you think, wait, am I not the only one here? That little sting of jealousy kicks your brain into gear. It's the fear of losing out. Studies show jealousy can crank up attraction because it makes you fight for what you want. Bad boys don't overplay it, but they know exactly how to nudge that button. 9 is physical presence. These guys don't just talk the talk, they use their body language like a weapon. They stand close, hold eye contact a beat too long, or brush your arm while making a point. It's subtle but powerful. Touch builds connection fast. Science says it releases oxytocin, that feel-good chemical that makes you bond. Bad boys aren't afraid to get in your space, and that confidence makes it hard to ignore them. Last one, 10, living in the moment. Bad boys don't overthink, they just do. They're the type to say, let's ditch this place and grab food at 2 a.m. and next thing you know, you're eating fries in some random diner, laughing your head off. That spontaneity is a rush. It's the opposite of the guy who plans everything down to the minute. It screams freedom, and who doesn't want a taste of that? It's why you'll ditch your Netflix night for a wild ride with him. But here's the catch. These tricks aren't all sunshine and rainbows. Sure, they work like a charm, but if they're used just to mess with people, they can turn toxic fast. The challenge is figuring out how to use this stuff without being a jerk. Can you pull off that bad boy vibe and still keep it real? That's the tricky part. So let's dig into that. You don't have to be a player to use these tricks. You can tweak them to fit who you are. Take push-pull instead of ghosting someone. Just don't always be available. Have your own life going on and let that create the space naturally. Or confidence. Work on liking yourself first, not faking it to look cool. The idea is to borrow the good bits, like being spontaneous or playful, without turning into someone who leaves a trail of broken hearts. Here's the big twist, though. You don't have to be a bad boy to make this work. These tricks aren't locked behind some rebel tattoo, they're just tools. Anyone can use them, but the secret sauce is authenticity. I knew a guy once who tried every trick in the book, teasing, disappearing, the whole deal. But he was so fake about it, the girl saw right through him and bailed. Then there's this other dude, total nice guy, who started joking around more, stopped over texting, and suddenly he's the one people can't stop talking about. The difference? He was himself, just with a little edge. So, wrapping this up, here's what we've got. 10 mind tricks bad boys use. Push-pull, confidence, mystery, teasing, social proof, emotional stimulation, indifference, jealousy, physical presence, and living in the moment. They're like a cheat code for attraction, rooted in how our brains work. But the real win isn't playing games, it's knowing why they work and using them to be a better, truer version of you. Next time you spot a bad boy pulling these moves, you'll see the strings, or maybe you'll try a few yourself. If you like this dive into the bad boy playbook, hit subscribe for more stuff like this.